Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. I hope we're all doing fine. And let me remind you, I'm reading Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, the ninth book. So let's continue. Let's continue. He did sinners into himself. He does that is unjust, hurts himself, in that he makes himself worse than he was before. Not he only that commit us, but he also that amid us something is oftentimes unjust. If my present apprehension of the object be right, and my present action charitable, and this towards whatsoever does proceed from God, be my present disposition to be well pleased with it suffices. To wipe away fancy, to use deliberation, to quench concupiscence, to keep the mind free to herself. Of all unreasonable creatures, there is but one unreasonable soul, and of all that are reasonable, but one reasonable soul divided betwixt them all. Between. As of all earthly things, there is but one earth, and but one light that we see by, and but one air that we breathe in, as many as either breathe or see. Now whatsoever partakes of some common thing, naturally affects the inclines unto that whereof it is part, being of one kind and nature with it. Whatsoever is earthly presses downwards to the common earth. Whatsoever is liquid would flow together, and whatsoever is airy would be together likewise. So that without some obstacle and some kind of violence, they cannot well be kept asunder. Whatsoever is fiery does not only by reason of elementary fire tend upwards, but here also is so ready to join and to burn together that whatsoever does was sufficient moisture to make resistance is easily set on fire. Whatsoever therefore is partaker of that reasonable common nature naturally does as much as more and more long after his own kind. For by how much in its own nature it excels of other things, by so much more it is it desirous to be joined and united unto that which is of its own nature. As for unreasonable creatures, then they had not long been, but presently began among them swarms and flocks. Swarms and flocks and broods of young ones, and a kind of mutual love and affection. For though but unreasonable yet, a kind of soul these had, and therefore was that natural desire of union more strong and intense in them, as in creatures of a more excellent nature than either in plants or stones or trees, but among reasonable creatures began commonwealth, friendships, families, public meetings, and even in their wars, conventions, and truces. Now, among them, that were yet of more excellent nature, as the stars and planets, though by their nature far distant from one from another, yet even among them began some mutual correspondence and unity. So proper is it to excellency in a high degree to affect unity, as that even in things so far distant it could operate unto mutual sympathy. But now, behold, what is now come to pass. Those creatures that are reasonable are now the only creatures that have forgotten their natural affection and inclination of one towards another. Among them alone of all other things that are of one kind, there is not to be found a general disposition to flow together. But though they fly from nature, yet are they stopped in their course and apprehended. Do they what they can, nature does prevail. And so shalt thou confess if thou dost observe it. For sooner mayst thou find a thing earthly where no earthly thing is, than find a man that naturally can live by himself alone. Man, God, the world, everyone in their kind, bear some fruits. All things have their proper time to bear. Though by custom the world itself is in a manner become proper unto the wine, and the like, yet is it so nevertheless, as we have said. As for reason, that bears both common fruit for the use of others, and peculiar, which itself does enjoy. Reason is of a diffusive nature, that itself is in itself. What itself is in itself, it begets in others, and so does multiply. Either teach them better if it be in thy power, or if it be not. Remember that for this use to bear with them patiently was mildness and goodness granted unto thee. The gods themselves are good unto such, yea, in some things. As in matter of health or wealth or honor, are content often to further their endeavors. So good and gracious are they. And mightest thou not be so too? Or tell me, what does hinder thee? Labor not as one of whom it is appointed to be wretched, nor as one that either would be pitied or admired, but let it be thine only care and desire, so always and in all things to prosecute or to forbear, as the law of charity or mutual society does require. This day I did come out of all my trouble. Now I have cast out all my trouble. It should rather be for that which troubled thee, the whatsoever it was not without anywhere that thou shouldest come out of it, but within in thy own opinions, from whence it must be cast out before thou canst truly and constantly be at ease. All those things, for matter of experience, are usual and ordinary, for their continuance, but for a day, and for their matter, most base and filthy, dirty, as they were in the days of those whom we have buried. So are they now also, and no otherwise. The things themselves that affect us, they stand without doors, neither knowing anything themselves nor able to utter anything unto others concerning themselves. What then is it that passes verdict on them? The understanding. As virtue and wickedness consist not in passion but in action, so neither does this the true good or evil for a reasonable, charitable man consist in passion, but in operation and action. To the stone that is cast up when it comes down, it is no harm unto it, as neither benefit when it does ascend. Alright, guys, we're gonna continue with reading the ninth book of Marcus Aurelius Meditations, and we'll do it tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. See you. Bye.